I'm opening up the collective energy field. I've had an energy coming in since this morning, so it's nice that I can sit down and see what that is and see what it has to say. So the energy is already flowing to you, but it's going to get stronger now as I kind of tune more into it. Okay. So I'm just having a look at this energy and what it can tell us, or what it can help us with. There's a quality to it that feels very expanded. It feels almost like I've broken out of something that was previously limiting me. So I should mention that when I start these sessions, I don't know what the energy is that's coming in. So I kind of go through it with you, and then I discover what it's for as we move through the session. But you will know what it's for because I then later on put it in the title once I know. So you know the purpose of the session, but I don't yet. And it's also a process of discovery of that. This energy feels very free, very unbound, very open. Very interesting quality. It's almost like the best analogy that I have for this energy is, when you wake up from a really bad dream and you have this relief because it's just a dream and you're no longer confined to the parameters that were present in the bad dream. And you're suddenly in like this safe place in your bed or in your room, in your safe home. So there's this openness and a relief from something. It's like as if I've like popped out of something or moved through something or traversed something difficult, and now I'm out on the other end. It feels a bit like that. So as I'm figuring out what the energy is doing, it's already flowing to you and working on your system. So this is just for us to understand what it's doing. And my words are very much a supplement. The real work is in the energy itself. And you might already be able to feel certain qualities come up on your end. You might be able to feel where it's working, how it's moving, what it's opening up. I really feel this like bursting open or breaking free energy. It really feels like I've broken free of something that I thought was real. In a bad dream, you think that's real. You don't know you're dreaming. As soon as you know you're dreaming, you're free. And I'm not trying to use the old analogy here of like you're in a dream, like the non duality or enlightenment analogy here. I mean it quite literally, that feeling that's part of this energy. And I'm just trying to figure out why. There's also a very strong feeling of like I said, the parameters that were in place are no longer applicable, and I feel free from them. Okay, let's look, let's take a look at what's here. So I have this breaking out feeling, and now I'm going to look at what I've broken out into. Let's see. Wow, it really feels like, wow, that was just a dream. The relief. So there's this vast silence that's also contained within this energy. And like relief almost like coursing through my body. There's also an interesting adrenaline or a post adrenaline quality, which also makes me think maybe people are coming out of a period that was quite intense. There's also a very clear feeling of like you can't go back. So don't fear regression. Don't fear that things will return to the way that they were. There's definitely a type of shift happening here, maybe in the collective state of consciousness, where the experience of the old state of consciousness just won't occur because it won't make any sense. You were experiencing these things within a certain set of collective energy parameters and structures. And these structures seem to be dissolving or something. So there's like a new type of lightness to this energy. And I kind of try to look back upon like the old state, and there's this very clear feeling of it doesn't make sense and it's over and I can't go back. And this freedom. Okay, I see. This energy comes to unbind you from anything that's binding or that has you held in contraction or held in fear. Yeah. So I was searching around when I'm doing this process and I'm trying to figure out what the energy is doing. I'm basically looking for energetic matches. So I'm basically like, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And I was getting no matches to like the intention of the energy, what exactly it's doing, because I feel the byproduct of that, because it's doing the same thing to my system. So I feel that relief coming in, and I feel that freedom, and I feel that feeling of waking up from a dream. But then to nail down or to pin down the intention of the energy itself takes a little while. And this is what this one is doing. So I can now see it actively unbinding you. So things that are holding you back, things that are blocking your ability to um, raise your vibration, things that are inhibiting your growth spiritually, but also just in your life. This is illuminating those things, but also breaking you free of them. So don't be surprised if during this healing you have an impulse that wants to look at a different path for a certain thing, or you want to reconsider something that maybe you made a decision kind of from a limitation, or you made a decision based on not loving something but just kind of settling for it, whatever it may be. Or maybe you feel limited by a spiritual practice, or maybe you feel stuck. So this energy has quite a wide range of applicability, and it's helping you to break free of that. It's also helping to break free of fear, break free of like low vibrational energies. It's also helping your state of consciousness progress to the point where you can't like return to that thing, because you see how much it was holding you back. You see the contraction held in it. And when we break out of these things, when we break out of the fear, when we break out of the limitation, we look back and we think like, why would I put myself back in that situation? Because we're out of it now and it doesn't make any sense. So everything's kind of coming in, it's forming a bigger picture. It's also working on things that you're not conscious of that might be limiting you. Something that could be draining your energy. Something that you're following that's not resonant for you. Reconnecting you to a possibility. It's interesting. It's almost like this is the energy of freedom itself. Because I don't find like freedom from one particular thing. I don't feel like particularly freedom from the separate self. I don't feel like freedom from bad habits. I don't feel like particularly freedom from limitation. It's almost like this is just the energy of freedom. Yeah. And so you'll be able to feel as this energy works on your system, it will free up the areas that are the most bound, the most dense. And it will also remind your energy body of what is the most important. Oh, I always feel so happy when I've pinned the intention of the energy down, because then I can relax and I can just transmit it. It's funny, sometimes I feel like working with energy work is almost like you're developing a new sense. It's like, there are so many different tastes in the world, and our palate for taste is so developed by now that as soon as we eat something salty, we know straight away it's salty, maybe it's a little bit sour, uh, or maybe there's a bitterness there, and we can describe that really easily. But when it comes to energy, I feel like we're only just as a planet beginning to feel into these, and there are as many energies as there are tastes. There's more. There are more energies, more energetic varieties, energetic signatures than there are tastes and smells and textures. It's basically infinite, and it's interesting to get to navigate this process together, where we begin to like develop this new sense. And it's funny that it takes so long sometimes to underpin an exact energetic flavor. But this is the beginning of the kind of new uh, state of consciousness on our planet, and the abilities that we are now realizing that we all have. Wow, so much relief. This is the relief you get when you walk away from something that really wasn't fulfilling you, when you quit that devastating job. It's like such a outpouring. And there's also that slight adrenaline quality for me as well. Wow, what a beautiful energy today. I can feel it just alchemizing so much in the energy body. It's just like freeing up so much contraction. Energy's getting a bit stronger now. This energy kind of makes me realize that we're all seeking the same thing. We're all seeking freedom. Every single one of us. And so now we'll just sit together in this energy and we'll just feel as it works on the energy body. It's interesting. All of us seek freedom, and we all don't like limitation. And that should say something about what we are. That should say something about our nature. So, this session is also a reminder of who you really are. We can also notice how comfortable it is to feel free and how uncomfortable it is to feel limited or restricted or bound. And that also tells us about the direction in which our creation is moving. I will now gently seal up the energy field. The energy will continue to work on your system. When I seal up, this is just returning your energy body to you. So I'm no longer tuned in. Thank you.